Well, this is a kick drum mic. It's designed for kick drum and bass. Well, be that as it may not be as it may. Let's find out. Hi everybody, welcome to part 2. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, so let's talk about the guitar. Can we get away with recording guitar with it? These are 2 tracks. As you can see, there's SM57 as like a bass line, and there's the Audix D6X. Positions as before, the C is the classic one, and then we've got the flattest one is the U, and D is the in-between. I'm going to start by soloing the guitars, which you've heard already, but this is what it sounds like, and this is the 57. So our control, the idea is that with the 57, most people tend to know what that sounds like. That's a staple, so we can compare. Okay, same with the D6 Classic position. Way brighter, way less full in the mid-range. And a 57 isn't necessarily like the best mic in terms of frequency representation, but it's a classic in guitars, and I'm personally a fan. And it's way warmer. Check it out. And although it's way brighter and there could be some benefit to it, I think it doesn't quite cut it. I don't love it. And the thing is, the D6 never has been famous for guitar, for electric guitar. It just hasn't, probably because of the curve. But how about the flat curve, right? Let's try that. It clearly has a boost in the high mids, and it makes it cut through the mix a bit better because it's less masked, because it's got a bit less mid-range, but it also has more detail in the high mids. So in context, and you can tell that you can just hear the notes a bit better. Like every note cuts through the mix a bit better, which can absolutely be something you want. Like on this one, on the 57, I might want some of the high mids to cut through the mix. Right, something like that. It's an EQ that I might do. And with the D6 on the flat position, it already sounds a lot like that. Like there's a bit of boost. So I think that is interesting. Now here's a guitar that's a little less clean.
We're not trying.
Okay, I want to show you the bass. The bass is actually quite interesting as well. Now, the D6 has been used for bass forever because, guess what? The low end is great, and the scoop in the mids, you know, especially for like hard rock metal bass on like macking up the bass cabinet, it's great. Let's take a portion here. This is the D6 sound. The only thing that I thought would make sense in this case was having the DI as like a comparison. Of course, that will depend on the position of the mic on the cabinet and everything, but you'll get an idea anyway because we'll switch. We're in positions. So let's start with the C, as the usual classic D6 sound. Which, if you've tracked bass on an amp with a D6, you'll probably recognize the sound. Now the DI sounds like this. Which is ridiculously different, but that's fine. Of course, that's the amp as well. Although it's a very clean amp, this is the classic. In context now, I have my faders down there, so I'm going to use my faders. It's a bit easier to balance, so you'll see them moving. This is great because it really gives me the deep low end that I might need in a piece like this. Let's hear the other ones, right? Let's hear the in-between. Same philosophy with the big low end, but there's a bit more intelligibility of the actual notes, which happens a bit higher in the spectrum. And now with the flat one. Now I'll play it again, but I'll switch in between. But I gotta tell you, I like the flat position for this one. I don't know, I think I like it because it's a bit more mid-rangey, so I can hear the notes better. Yes, there's less big low end, but I like how I can hear the bass notes better. Now the bonus thing in a way is that of course you can always combine them with the DI. Now just so you know, the DI has a time adjuster for 61 samples, reason being, of course, one being a DI and the other one being an amp, 61. So they're in phase now, so I can combine them. And this is what it sounds like with the two of them together in the flat position. So microphone with the flat position plus DI. Yes, I am cheating. You might have seen it. I have a couple of compressors up here. Let me just take them out. Let me change to the classic position, but with the DI as well. See, the problem with these two right now is that they don't quite merge together, because the microphone only, it's boomy and it's got lots of deep low end. The DI alone really has a lot of mid-range but really has no bass. And I feel like what's happening is that there's low end that's quite low, and then there's the mid-range that's over here, and we've got a bit of a gap here. It doesn't feel quite organic, whereas the flat position gives me a nice bass sound that I like and I'm happy with. So all in all, I can say that yes, I do like the D6. If I only had the D6, the usual D6, I would be stuck with the sound that maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, especially for some genres like this kind of genre. Probably not quite right. But the flat position actually is really nice and useful, although maybe the very first time you hear it, it's like, it doesn't sound great. Actually, it is pretty balanced and pretty ready on many sources and very easily EQable. And you also have the mid position in between, so you can always get a different sound yet again.